that from the star of the show today, beautiful example of in his left arm spin bowling, 2 wickets for him. Good support from Andrew Caddick, and a nice return to the Test side for Chris Silverwood. The one big surprise really was the form of Darren Gough. He was expensive, as you can see, and overall I think he'll be pretty disappointed with his day. Well, England had South Africa on the rack at around 90 odd for 4, and afterwards I had a chat with Duncan Fletcher.
For all time.
Waste time, does he? Underway. 4 more. Short of a length. Andrew Caddick, a big man. And it's going to cost. That's 3 very poor deliveries from Silverwood, just not sorting out his line to the left-hander. Oh, this is a very poor shot by Pollock, and he's going to be caught very comfortably. Furious, and the South African camp won't be happy either. With a new ball due, he needed and falling what South Africa needed. Gonna absolutely furious. Just to a two more to Klusener. The second
great use of the feet.
And he's timed that beautifully to backward square leg. Butcher. Oh, good stop. Ball from Boucher, from Klusener. Get a ball that.
Go.
He hasn't timed this.
One's through though, and that's 4 more.
Yeah, this is a good shot. Doesn't try and hit it too hard. Just to him. And he times that very well.
Slow one there. Got through past the wicketkeeper Stewart. He's conceded 4 byes, and with those 4 byes, it turns out 15 runs.
There.
And that
Mark Boucher. No, he's got. Silverwood correctly keeping the ball up to Alan Donald, trying to get that little bit of swing.
There's no doubt that this crowding of Donald isn't just there for the bat pad catch and the miss hit. It's there to say, we'll crowd you, so why don't you try to get rid of us by smashing out?
Well, he does here, and it's going to be 4 runs. But admittedly, it was a nice inviting full toss. They've still got to be dispatched. This has gone up in the air. He should be caught and is. So Alan Donald perishes, having a go there at Tufnell, trying to hit him across the line, across the spin, and succeeding only in topping edge it, and caught by Hussain.
Well bowled, Tufnell. Prepare to give. He was swept. There is some help out there. The ball spun enough to get the top edge from Donald, who's gone. He's gone for 9. It's
Well, again. Klusener. Crowd love it. They're on their feet. It's been a marvellous innings. Now he smashes it for 4. They all come in, you see. And he just crashes it through the infield to the boundary. It's a 4 more.
oh, what about that first shot? He hit that so cleanly.
Be over the head of slips, 4 runs. Dangerous. Him. Oh.
No fielder.
Big shot there. Go. Smashes this. One long. Steve Buckner signaling the no ball.
This is a simply brilliant innings. 168 he moves on to. The South African record for a number 7 belongs to the Benoni goalkeeper. And again, 4 more. Doing some awful damage to Tufnell. And Dennis Lindsay's record in danger.
6-4-4. Lance Klusener doesn't look like he's about to give up now. Smashes that one. One bounce into the boundary. And Lance Klusener moves on to 172. He looks mean, Robin.
Three more deliveries of this over to be bowled. It's Goff to Klusener. Oh, brilliant effort. A simply brilliant, brilliant effort. I think it's Atherton.
A wonderful effort here. Atherton outstretched to his left That went like a rocket. Definite boundary saved here. You can't blame him for that.
Has now scored the highest test score at St George's Park of all time, going past Lindsay Hassett of Australia. Out. And well caught too. Slower ball from Goff. And Klusener found the man at mid-wicket. What a fantastic innings this has been. I anticipate the entire of population, even those that division, I want you to get out of your chairs and stand for this. It's very fine innings indeed. Some good hitting, yes, but most importantly, some fine technique. Fine cricketer. 174.
Their feet here at St George's Park, as we've just witnessed a 174, highest test score at St George's Park.
Well, it took a tremendous catch to end a memorable innings. Lance Klusener, 174 of glorious runs. He was strong everywhere, and the biggest compliment I can pay him is to say that a lot of well-known South African watchers, people like Mike Proctor and Ali Bakar amongst them, compared him at times to Graham Pollock, and Pollock is reckoned to be the finest player that South Africa has ever produced. 450 all out in the end, valuable contributions all the way down the list. Herschel Gibbs, Darryl Cullinan, John T. Rhodes and Mark Boucher and Klusener put on a record 111 eighth wicket partnership for. So the plaudits there with the South Africans having been put in. Tufnell, he was the best of them. Good support from Caddick, although he was luckless, frankly, very luckless. Andrew Flintoff showed yes. Have to bat very well indeed. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll see how they got on. Welcome back to the St George's Park ground in Port Elizabeth. South Africa finally bowled out for 450, and the highlight of it, a really memorable 174 from Lance Klusener. We're going to pick up the action now at the start of the England innings, and my, haven't they got a bat well here today in the sunshine. Mark Butcher is the man on strike to Sean Pollock.
Nice shot through the covers. I think this has got enough on it, yes, to just make it to the boundary.
Pollock striving to get the in-swinger to the left-hander going, which he likes to bowl reasonably full in order to look for an LBW.
Oh, he's up! Off the inside edge, knocked the off stump out of the ground, and so early success again for South Africa, and Butcher is gone.
Well, a wicket is a wicket is a wicket. This is all due to an angled bat, I would think. The ball going across, hit it square, the bat's neither horizontal with the ground nor vertical. And the angle of the bat will invariably bring about the ball off the inside edge and back onto the stump. So Butcher out for 4, bowled Pollock, England 5 for 1.
Well, that's as good a way of getting off the mark. Taking on the fast bowler early in your innings.
A little bit too short this from Pollock. Wasn't intended bounce or anything like that, just a little bit short of a length. Hussain onto it very, very quickly, rolls the wrists nicely, plays the ball down. Perfect execution.
Big peel for LBW. Buckner says no.
There's an awful lot of noise when the ball... Yeah, I think there was a little bit of inside.
Donald down. Might well have gone for 6. And umpire Buckner is asking Alan Donald, is it 6? And Donald indicates, yes, sir. It went right over my head. It was a bit of a top edge, and it might well have been down his throat. It was certainly straight over his head.
Well, the scene set on a slightly bigger ground. I think Hussein might not have been so fortunate, although it was to Donald's right as well. But he certainly made his intentions clear. If you're going to bounce me, I'll take you on. The bowler won't mind that.
He goes again. And this time he pulls it off. So that's 3. He's had to go at 3, and it's another 6. Well, talk about carrying the attack to the South African fast bowlers.
That's full, half volley, leg stump, 4. That's what you would expect if you bowl the ball there to a top player. And that's also the end of the over, 26 for 1.
Well, that's a good delivery. It went right over the top of the stumps.
Seam movement. That's the length, you see. The batsman's sort of half forward, which indicates that he's not quite sure.
Oh, that was a nasty one. Length. And starts with a maiden after tea. Field for LB. No. Buckner. Atherton. Repeat. And 4.
Mark of a good batsman. As soon as he gets onto that back foot.
He's done it again. Wow. And he hit that very hard indeed. And Donald is annoyed with himself when he starts kicking at the crease. You know that things aren't going well for him.
And indeed he should be. Just allowing the batsman too much width.
Good bit of bowling. Good bit of bowling. Excess bounce and a super stop from Klusener. Cracking stuff. 67 for 1. Andy Hayward with 2 slits and a gully. Beautifully hit. Rhodes gave it the full dive, which allowed the crowd a moment of exclamation. But the fact is that Atherton nailed it.
Yes, he's been exceptionally strong in that area throughout his innings today. Let's just look how close Jonty Rhodes gets to that. It's a magnificent athletic effort.
Oh dear, is that a little too high? It is a little too high, says Steve Buckner. The appeal from South Africa was full of purpose, and it suggested that they thought it was out.
Well, I think this is going to be a very good shot indeed. But Hussein, I think too high.
That's fast. Gee, that is really lightning quick. Now, Hussein got a little glove to it. I think he did too. Nothing Boucher could do.
Yes, this is not a quick wicket, and it wasn't the thickest of edges, and then you are so relieved. You look around and you see it's just got enough on it to clear the keeper's gloves.
Cracking cover drive. Slower ball from Hayward, picked by Hussein, who got into a good position. Stride forward. It's 84 for 1.
Ooh, another short one. Is it going to go all the way? Well, a great effort by Hayward, but to no avail. Didn't get hold of, and finally crack. He's hit that like a between these. The form 100 follows it up. Very cracking shot. Example of how the pool should be executed. He would have been out, I think. Oh, that's beautifully played. A bit of width, length back, and there was never any doubt about the end result. Brings the 100 up, 103 for one, and it's come in the 23rd over. Doesn't miss out there, Hussain. That's four, and that's too full and a bit of width as well, and well hit. Cracking cover drive here.
Pulled away very firmly. Beautifully played, that shot.
And that's an excellent 54. Atherton scored runs in most innings as he's played in, apart from that first test match. And one of his favourite shots, the pull shot or the hook shot, controls it well because there are two men out there, remember. And it's going to be always along the ground.
Well, that's why he is in there, and that's champion bowling, and very well played. Ball went straight down. 123 for one. In the air, and it's just got past third slip. Second slip. Third slip might have caught it.
His third slip, he would have been that margin closer. He might have had a chance, but I'm not sure that this carried to Jacques Callis. A long way short of him and wide.
Oh, he's caught. Is he caught? Oh, he's dropped it. Now, we'll never know whether he would have been given out or not, although umpire Steve Buckner is suggesting it came off the arm. This was a vicious delivery from Mananta Hayward, and in trying to fend it off, a diving Boucher got a glove to it, and then it spilt out.
A supreme batting display, really, it was, that saw England through to the close. 139 for one when stumps were drawn in lovely light, beautiful summer's evening. Atherton unbeaten with 58, Hussain with 70. Nasser Hussain got off the mark by scoring 4-6-6 in hooks and pulls. Brilliant stuff from him. England are very proud of Atherton Hussain this evening, I can tell you. The South African bowlers, 1 wicket to Sean Pollock. They all tried hard. I didn't think any of them bowled quite as well as they can. Then Nanti Hayward showed signs of real pace towards the end of the day. This was, though,
Yes,
a day...
Christmas present.